That's good to hear, my friend. We're back. I don't have the webcam on today because I have not yet done this. So I will sort that out later. I just can't do it right now because the cleaners are coming around shortly and it'll be in the way. So I will do this for now and we will see how we get on. Oh, yes. I'm glad your haircut was nice and refreshing, sir. I'll still be tuning into your stream, don't worry. I need to wait for the cleaners to rock up and do their thing, and then I can put you on the TV as well. You'll be on my phone, so I'll be able to hear you. But yeah, we're back. We're back in Space Engineers after a million fucking years. We haven't streamed Space Engineers for over 2 years now, which is fucking insane. I've played Space Engineers, so I'm fairly up to date with everything that's been going on. But yeah, we haven't streamed for a long time. It took me a while to set this save back up. Okay, so I'm going to start. Wait, wow, I forgot to start the upload for today's video. Oh my god, you goon! How dare you? How dare you? I expect early access. I expect to be compensated for my lack of early access. This is disgusting behavior. You should know better. So yeah, we're gonna have to do some serious work today because since the last time we streamed Space Engineers, since the last time we stepped foot on Pertam, there have been a number of significant upgrades to the... there's been a number of significant changes. I don't know if we call them upgrades. It should go live for members as soon as it gets uploaded. Oh, that's good to know. I will be there bright and breezy, and I will give you my review post haste, sir. But yeah, so we are gonna need to find a way to make food because food is now a thing in Space Engineers. As you can see in the bottom left side, we have a hunger bar, which is currently not degrading because I am in a cryopod. Just so I didn't die while I was setting the stream up. Excuse me. We're going to need to find a way to make food. I've disabled a lot of the NPC mods because there are now decent NPC spawning mechanics and encounters in the game. So we're going to use those. We might add the NPC mods back in later on. There are a few if I press, which is it, tab? Nope, H. Yeah, we have quite a few NPCs already around us. We've still got some of those bases and looks like a derelict ship over there. We can still go and explore those. That's not a problem. We are going to need to go out and farm some seeds. We're going to need to build ourselves a pressurized room so we can grow some fruits and vegetables. I've turned spiders and wolves on, so we're going to need to set up some sort of base defenses. I think at the minute we've got a gun there, and we've got a turret on top of the rover. The rover is going to get another overhaul today, I think. Imagine it's been 2 whole years. Steps out of pod and instantly dies. Yeah. To be fair, yeah. It's a good job time doesn't pass while the game's offline. He would have starved to death in his little cryopod. So yeah, I've gone through all the settings. I've tweaked them, so now we have weather. We've got lightning damage. We've got radiation damage. We've got from the solar radiation. I don't think we have that on Pertam actually because the atmosphere is dense enough where it blocks. If I go and stand in the sun, do I take radiation damage? Doesn't know that there's a fucking planet in front of the sun. It just takes a second for the radiation to start building up. Oh yeah, so the Pertam must be fairly well protected by the atmosphere for that, so that's okay. But yeah, so we're going to need to go out and grab these unknown signals. Why is one of them green and one of them... Well, I suppose they're both green. Why is one of them like a snot green and one of them like a a bluey green. And one has a timer. That, I think that's a trap. I don't know what's going on with that, but we'll go and see. I think I still have jetpacks disabled. Well, not disabled, but like I can't use. I'm pressing space. It's not letting me go up. So we're not going to be able to fly. I can't jump and maneuver. So we are going to need a flying vehicle, which we do have a flying vehicle. We have two, in fact. We have this bad boy, which that was an epic fail. Nobody saw that. Oh my god! I could swear I could have jumped on that before. Oh well, I can just jump in. It's fine. And we also have the building platform over here. Yeah, I made that. How did I make this jump but not that jump? We have the building platform, which was what I think we were using this to build up some stuff downstairs, weren't we? Well, that was the plan, at least. I don't know if we got that far. Let's go down and see where we were at down here. Got some safety rails on, so I don't end up stuck in the ditch. Okay, so it looks like we'd finished building the conveyor piping, so we can at least access resources while we're down here working. We have. It looks like we've got refining and production set up. What was this one? This was going to be... Oh, this was going to be... I was going to use this as like a dismantling room. So the plan was we were going to have a floor of conveyors. Then another... So that would be the base of conveyors. And on top of that would be a load of collectors. And then on top of those collectors would be a bunch of steel plates. So that we could essentially just grind ships and things down in here. The parts would fall on the floor and be automatically collected and dumped into the cargo. And then we were also going to harvest? No. That's the wrong word. We were going to hollow out. That's the word. A room here and a room here. And we were probably going to go further back as well and create some sort of... probably back here will be sort of a living area. This would maybe be a... probably hydrogen storage, since it's a little bit tucked away. And then this here would be our main ship hangar. Because we're only really going to need one ship. The other ships, the smaller ones, would probably sit on this landing pad. So this is essentially going to be... This stairwell is not going to be here, but there will be a landing pad. Or the stairwell will be here, but it will be what do you call it? Enveloped by the mountain. It will be inside. I don't think it'll be pressurized, but it won't need to be. So yeah, that is the plan. So I think first things first, we need food, and I think we also need to address our power situation. So we have wind turbines as our main source of power generation at the minute. Now we're going to need some kind of solar array for our algae farm, because we're going to need to gather algae using the sun's rays. So if we're doing that, we might as well also build solar power rather than have wind power. Now the drawback there is we don't have a constant generation of power all the time. It only obviously powers things during the day, but I think that will make things a little bit more interesting. Also, it makes it so we can build it a little bit closer to the ground rather than have to climb this tower every time we want to make a change. So I think that could be beneficial. We might need to... Although saying that, where is the sun? The sun is over there. So if the sun's going like I think it's going, we could, in theory... Ooh, what if we build like a little bridge kind of thing? Well, not a bridge, but like a solar panel array in the ravine. That'll be treacherous as hell to build, but it could be quite cool. So if we were to come down here. Yeah, so if we were to build the floor of this, because we don't need to drill down anymore for this. If we were to build the floor of the landing pad, we won't need this railing anymore, so we can get up and down. But then we could come and branch off that and sort of bridge across that gap there. And build a solar array below ground level. So it's kind of submerged, a bit more protected. It still won't gather a huge amount of sun, but it will gather enough, and we'll have enough solar panels where it's going to recharge the batteries basically as soon as it's done for the day. So we should be able to keep going overnight. What do we got here? Oh yeah, so I did clear off some of the mods as well. Because a lot of the mods have been discontinued. People have like retired from modding, so I've just, to save any issues with the save file, I've just removed a bunch of mods. I've added a few extras in. Because I didn't want to like make it too easy. I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go and investigate those unknown signals. Well, probably not that one. We might be able to get there in time. I can remember how to fly this thing. Let's see. Also, we probably... We need to be a bit careful of the... that derelict. Usually the derelicts have some sort of defense. And we are probably going to be just about in range of that. Oh, I pressed down too far. No, 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 my word. That was close. That could have gone horribly wrong. Alright, what do we got here? Give me all secrets. Oh, a grinder, some computers, and some steel plates. Okay. Let's chuck that in here. Let's lift this up a bit so we can access there. 4 components cannot be deposited because because it's full. That's why. Has this got anything in it? Yes, it is. It's full. Okay, so we've got everything we can get off that. Let's go back to the base, drop this off. Let's check this out on the way and see if there's anything we need to actually collect. Don't actually know what this is. It could be an old unknown signal, actually. Yeah, that the extra gravity on the Pertam here is not helpful when you're going down. Alright, what do we got? Oh, credits. Cool. Credits and some steel plates. I don't think we need to collect that. Where's the base at? The base is over there. Yeah, I think that we need to rebuild the this ship here. That is not great to fly. Yeah, we need to do some serious work on that. I mean, it's not the worst, but it's not easy. I know I make it look easy and I'm incredible, but no, that's not what we want. So we're gonna do some work on that as well today. We didn't get any seeds, but that's fine. We'll keep an eye on the unknown signal situation. Next ones that come down, we will see what we get. Let's dump all that in there. We didn't get shot by that either, so there could be some stuff on there. It won't have any seeds or anything in there, but there could be some useful resources for us. Oh, excuse me. And it looks like it's going dark. Okay, so... God, this base is horrific. What was I thinking when I put this together? I must have been drunk. Okay, we've got oxygen. How's our resources? We've got a lot of gravel. Ingots. Ingots. We've got a good amount of iron. So we've just been out and gathered some magnesium by the looks of things. Okay, so 73k of iron. We've also got the scrap mod, haven't we? So when we grind things down, we just get scrap. That was the other mod I added on there, actually. I figured I'd add in the all scrap I found your crap mod, because that gives you some stuff back. So if you're using a fast grinder, you just essentially carelessly grinding things down so you don't get as much back. But if we use a basic bitch grinder, we will get some resources back. I think it's like 30% or 40% resource back. Character tools, do that. So it'll take us longer to grind things down, but we'll at least be able to recover some components. Can I really not reach that? There we go. Yeah, let me know if the sound is okay as well. So obviously it's slightly different when it's coming out of my headphones. So what did we get from that so far? Okay, so we are still getting some scrap, but we're also getting some actual worthwhile resources back. So it's not a complete waste. Oh shit. I'm stuck. I'm stuck on a blip. Yeah, we've also got the mod that takes off the inventory full sound, which is possibly the most irritating voice in the game. I think, I did add in the Ava sounds as well. But I don't think we've got any way to hear those just yet, have we? I need some stuff. Give me some stuff. Give me more things. That was another one we added in, which was production quarters. So the assembler, I think we added that in already. Yeah, we did. So the assembler is going to work towards building some of this, which is fine. What time is the Stev starting his stream today? Or are you just waiting for your video to upload for now and see how it goes? Get rid of these thrusters. One o'clock. Very nice. I will be there, bright and breezy. Cheering you on. Let's plop down a couple of these. Now I am gonna grind down the I'm gonna grind these down. Do I grind down? Because I want to keep the cockpit here, because I think this is no, I think we must have ground down the original cockpit of the soon-to-be scrap, I think. Yeah, the tumbler's there. So we'll grind it all down, including the batteries. It's a bit of a waste, but it's fine. It's not a huge concern. We can always gather more resources. Right, plop that in there. Batteries next. So I'm starting off with a ship. I should probably start off with food, actually. That makes more sense. Although, yeah, there's probably no point starting with food, because at the minute the sun's going down, it's going to be an hour, maybe 2 hours. I think the day is set to 2 hours. So if the sun's down for a full hour, we've got time to build our solar array. And in that time, because I've turned spiders on, in theory, we'll get hit by spiders at some point. And they should drop some meat. Now, the question is, what's the range on these guns? Quite high. Let's turn this down. Because I don't want to have to run like 600 meters to go and grab a spider. Grab a spider's body. So let's just do it 100. Target enemies, yeah. We don't want this targeting meteors, because I don't think there are any meteors. Let's turn idle movement off as well. And let's check the range on the one on the base. No? Is that not connected? Oh, it's not connected. Okay. It's not connected because we chopped that off last time, didn't we? So this is actually just a standalone base, and I think, yeah, the axis is down here. So the battery on this is going to last 39 real life days. This we don't want to attack characters. That should stop it from wasting ammo on spiders. And then it's got plenty of ammo. What's on tonight's takeaway menu, sir? We are on what are we on tonight? We had takeaway on Tuesday. Oh, we've got one of those Asda extra special curry things. We've got butter chicken and a Rogan Josh with onion bhajis, rice, and Bombay potatoes, which is not Bombay potatoes. What are they called? They call the label is gunpowder potatoes, which is like, it doesn't sound like it goes with Indian. It's like just spicy potatoes, basically. Not sure, something new since it's. Oh, the night you record your sheet's nice. Yes, you're gonna do that. I'm still getting over your you got a curry from Pizza Time. Oh yeah, Bombay potatoes goes with an Indian, sure, but the ones we've got, they're basically Bombay potatoes, but they're called gunpowder potatoes. But same thing basically. This was our to-do list from last time, wasn't it? Excavate the main base rooms. Okay, so we're still doing that. Start fleshing out the bases. We've started doing that. We've done the landing pad. We've done the defense tower. Mad fuck man, Max! How you doing, sir? Artemis 2 is walking out to the platform today, and you're also streaming. How legendary. Nice. How you doing, Max? Long time no see, sir. My jingle is definitely better than the Cuzzers. Oh, my jingle is definitely better than that, because your jingle was incredible. I was on the floor laughing. I was not expecting it. And it was brilliant as well. You've done a good job. Living Space Workshop. That says done, but I think it's just scoped out. Hangar is not done. Why does that say done? Dug not fleshed out. Cargo storage. Okay, we'll redo this to-do list at some point as well. Right. We'll probably leave the connector because the connector's in a good spot. I don't like where the cockpit sits on it though. Is there anything in this? Because I'm a professional. Let's get rid of the stuff in here as well. Yeah, this is the soon-to-be scrap. Okay, so we're keeping the connector. The connector is the original piece that was on the original soon-to-be scrap. Yeah, that's right. We did build this from scratch, didn't we? So yeah, no wonder it was garbage. Right. I need some building components. I'm good. Just got woken up by my dog, so I'm a little sleepy. Deciding whether to close my eyes and try to sleep now or to get up. I saw a notification that you were streaming. So you can't be blaming me for your lack of sleep, sir. You can't be blaming me. No, I'm glad you're here, sir. What time is it for you, actually? I mean, see, yeah, you're about, what is it, like 7 o'clock for you, something like that? It's time to get up and start your day. Let's grab some plates. We want some of these. We need those. What else do we need? We probably need a couple of... do we need girders? I don't think we really need girders. I pick up girders generally because they're used in windows, but we're not really going to build windows on this, are we? Not blaming me. Wow, that's legally binding now that you've put that in writing. I will say. I'm back in a sec. I just need to go for a piss. Oh, that was the wrong scene. Here we go. Ugh. Yeah, speaking of mad fart man, I just gassed myself out of the bathroom. That was horrific. Right, what do we need? We need some sort of lights because it's not super easy to see this, is it? Can I turn... I've seen some things. I've seen some shit. Oh, I've seen some pieces of shit in my time, sir, but you really take that biscuit. Now plop that there. And we are going to whack the radius of that way the fuck up. Sure, knock the intensity down so it's not too bright. And we'll turn this down so it's a little bit warmer of a glow. Doesn't help massively, does it? The other thing we can do... Actually, yeah, we are going to get rid of this. So the other thing we can do, because since last time there have been substantial updates to the game, we don't need this anymore. Because we can install an inset connector. And now I just realised I don't have a building repair, so I need to pick these all up manually. That was a silly move, Sam. Why are you a dumbass? Is that it? Okay. If I grab a bunch of steel plates, and let's just weld up this area. I weld that, get rid of that one. Bruh. What the? What? Why is there a bag? I'm sorry, what? I'm confused. Why did that drop 300 steel plates? Well, 100 steel plates. Oh, maybe it already had some in it. We need a connector. Yes, we've got this nice, shiny inset connector now, which does make putting down a floor much easier. Beautiful. So I'll grab you. And then all we need is a bunch of steel plates to go and fill the rest of this out. Probably shouldn't weld the whole thing because it's only temporary. Like my life. I should probably paint the whole thing as well. It's got to be a red. It's got to be red. Also, I've turned the music on because there's actually some killer songs in the playlist now. So I'm gonna have that playing. Let me know if it's loud enough or it's not even showing on there, is it? Oh, mind you, there is no song playing at the moment. That's probably why. Okay. Yeah, I should probably build another. row there. I think that's all we need though, so if I plop down another one of these on this side, and then if we copy these settings, we can paste them here, and now we can see everything. Look at that, that's beautiful. I'll probably make some actual proper street lights at some point. I could also make these nicer as well by having the armored conveyors. No, it's fine. We'll leave that. I'm not going to go too deep into that. Right, so we need some of those, and that is probably it. Let's set up our hotbar. So I want this on number 4. I want to convey junctions. I want small junctions. I want cargo. I want a connector. I want a battery on number 3. Let's do a cockpit on there, and then on... oh god. Second tab, let's get rid of all this. Second tab, we want lights, we want ore detector, antenna. Don't need a beacon. We do need an air vent, a generator, an oxygen tank. We don't need weaponry or anything. We could have a landing gear so we could bring things back if we find like a decent looking oh man, you know we can't, because it's not going to be a massive ship, is it? This what we also need thrusters and gyros, don't we? Gyros, or where are gyros? I've just seen them. There they are. And we are probably just going to be using the atmospheric thrusters for now, because we have no hydrogen. Because we have no... well, I think we might have found some ice actually last time. No. Do we have... we have an oxygen tank. We have no hydrogen. We don't need hydrogen for us, but if we were to build a hydrogen ship, that might be helpful. Oh yes, because we've got the update now, if I press Shift B, we've just got rank 1 because we've survived for an hour. So we'll get a few perks there as well, including grinding speed, and welding speed. I didn't notice that. Grinding speed will be helpful with the slower grinder that we're having to use right now. Oxygen consumption, that's always great. Maximum health is going to be really helpful. Right, we want to plop down number 9. And we could use the small insect connector. That's always actually quite a nice block. I don't know where you're sat. You're sat there. Should do. Sounds like somebody's here. Oscar's barking. Let me just go and check that, because that might be the cleaners. So I'll just go and let them in. Back in a minute. We're back. We are back. Right. Apologies. Where were we? The sun has come out. So, while the sun is out, and let's just double check that it is in fact going... Yeah, it looks like it will go over the canyon. Right, so for right now, what I'm thinking... we need... I need this menu instead on this. Let's just do... algae. Actually, I could do a full algae farm. Actually, the cost basically the same. Okay, that's fine. We'll get that, and let's go. Oh, we haven't got our stairs anymore, have we? Okay, let's plop down some of these. I think the thing is on the bottom. Let's put one right on the end. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw nothing. We should also put a oh, we've got cargo access here. We don't need a cargo at this point, do we? And we are getting some solar radiation now, so we will be needing to take cover during the day. Must have not been quite on us because I think it had the planet in front of it over there, didn't it? Looks like Stev has started his stream, and he is streaming Disco Elysium, which is I think a futuristic detective game, which looks very interesting. So I'm hoping he has a nice stream. Everyone go over there and wish him a Merry Christmas from me. Excuse me. I'm not going to go nuts with these. I'm thinking 2 is probably plenty. We just need to get some algae going so we don't die of starve. I might do 3 just to make sure. Am I out of bulletproof glass? Oh yeah, it's being made now. Yeah. I was welding too fast for the assembler to keep up. Just going to flip this around. And then this one can be a thing like that, because then you can just walk down there. Beautiful. Okay. So now we should have... no, we won't have it there yet, but we should have algae farms here. 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Beautiful. So now with the algae farm, we also need a food processor. Actually, no, I think you can build them in the survival kit, can't you? Yeah, you can build the meal packs. Okay, so let's queue up 10 of those. Oh, there's no way to set it to repeat. Okay, so let's just queue up, I don't know, a few thousand. That should keep us busy for a little bit. Jumping the crowd to get rid of our little bit of radiation that we've accumulated. Where's my... No, not respond. There it is. Yeah, I couldn't see the last message I posted before I went out to walk Oscar when the cleaners showed up. I can now, so it's all good. Let's open the step stream. There he is.
I'm gonna be doing this now. Let me just check. Okay.
Now, if I take that out of there, turn that down, and I plug my speakers into here, I can hear Steph. Although I need to take my case off my phone because my audio cable doesn't fit otherwise. There we go. And actually, because I've done that, if I open Step's stream on here, I can open the chat as well, so I can talk to him. But I'm going to have to mute him on there. Because otherwise you're going to get it through as well, aren't you? Live chat. There we go. Excuse me. Okay. Right. So. That should take care of the food situation for now. This is what we're doing. Right, so let's plot down a conveyor junction. Let's think about this. What we're going to do. We're going to build a ship. Ideally, I want it to... Like, our last ship was a mining ship, which we probably should have kept. Because... Oh, mind you, it was only 3 wide. It's fine. Yeah, we can rebuild that. We can make it a mining ship. But we want to make it with some big body thrusters instead of the small ones. So we're going to plot that down there. And we are going to have these new, swanky new modular cargo containers. And I forget we don't have building repairs, so we're going to have to build this as we go along. We don't need that anymore. What was there? I think it was a connector, which we don't need anymore. Well, we do need a connector because we need to build a sorter system. Yeah, let's put that on there. We can always move it if we need to. Cockpit, we want... The flush cockpit is nice. I think I prefer the cab cockpit right now, though. What's on the bottom of the cab cockpit? Okay, that makes things easier, actually, because what we can do is we can slap a large thruster. Ooh, what if we do that? No, we want to stick to using the big thrusters. So I'm thinking that, and I'm thinking that. so we've got all our thrusters. We should probably turn these off so they're not burning through the floor. That's 2 upward facing thrusters. That's probably more than enough. Keep us afloat at least. Because that was the last problem. When I pressed C on the last one, because of the heavy, dense atmosphere on Pertam, I just dropped like a stone. We were very lucky to survive that. Okay, so if we then do this like that. Ooh, could put a medium. Mind you, if we put a medium cargo like that, that's going to add a bunch of weight though when it's full. And we've already got quite a considerable amount of weight with these 2 modulars. So yeah, let's just do a conveyor junction. If we do it that way, with those there. So now what I can do is, because I know where that's going to be, we can do something along the lines of this, because that's going to connect to those now. Put that there, and then here we're going to put, it's all going to make sense in a minute. Oh, not there. It's going to be on the next one because it's, that one sticks out a little bit, there and there. You want to do that way. And then on the bottom, on the top of that rather, we can put our cockpit. Beautiful. So that should allow us to be plumbed in. And actually, you know what? You know what? I think, let's go forward one with that. Let's put a full block there. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. And then here, let's do conveyor. Conveyor sorter actually might be a good shout. Yeah, conveyor sorter. So they can be our stone collectors, or our ore collectors to push stone and other stuff straight to the cargo. And then we have... Oh no, we can't, because that doesn't have the things on the side that we need. Yeah, okay. Apologies, brain fart. I know what I'm doing now. Let's just do the small junction there, and then we want the big one, and we want it that way. And then let's weld these up. Because moving that forward means... We don't need that. thought I knew what I was doing. It turns out, actually, no, I don't. Sorta. Let's go with that there. Okay. And then I think here we just have a... Let's get rid of this. I know I'm all over the place. I'm so sorry. Let's get rid of this. And let's put down, because we're going to need one anyway, an O2H2. Like that. And I've just seen that I'm getting a bunch of radiation, so I'm going to have to sit in a cab for a little bit, just to bring that back down. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to figure out what we're going to do here. So I think those O2H2 generators, we're going to come off those and make a point for our drills to connect to, because we're going to have 3 drills on the ship, same as the other one. So we're going to come down from the top and up from the bottom with a T-junction, and then another T-junction inverted in the middle, because then we can connect to the small conveyor port on the drills. Same on front of the cab. And then we need to set up those sorters so that all the ore gets pushed through. And then what we can do on the back, behind the cab, which I probably should have built already, but it's fine, is we can put our O2 tank, our vent, and the ore detector, the antenna, all that good stuff can go behind there. Maybe the gyro as well. So for now, I'm just going to get rid of this. And then we're going to go in here, and we're going to grab some stuff first, because we don't have any building resources. Okay, so where's the vent's going to go there? So that one, if I do an air vent fan full, and I think that now if I set it to depressurize on, this should be pressurized, which it is. Beautiful. So now what we can do is we can plop some of these in, small oxygen tank. Yeah, I'm thinking 3 should be enough. And then what we can do here, we can have a small battery just as an emergency. Here's the thing for that. And then we want the... Let's put the ore detector there. Sure, let's put the antenna there. No, the ore detector there because the... In fact, we could put that under. Hmm. Yeah, so what we can do actually, we can get rid of this battery that we've literally just built. And if we put the ore detector there, we can put the antenna on top, and that keeps the profile nice and slim. Let's change this down to like 500 to begin with, so we don't get nuked. And then we can slap the O2 H2 generator back on there. Excuse me. We need to drop some of this radiation down. Sorry, I just realised I did that into the microphone. I'm just having a quick drink. Finish my coffee. Right, so we have our upward thrust. We've got space for our drills to go on the front. We need, obviously, directional thrust and probably some stone ejectors. That's going to annoy me every time I get in or out of the cockpit. I don't have any hydrogen balls. I'm just going to have to deal with it on now. We have to find ice as well at some point, so that's another reason why we need to get the ship up. Because we'll need ice before we can farm food properly anyway. Ice and seeds. Because we will need the water. Right, so what I was saying here was, if we have the armoured conveyors, and we do something like that, that one can just be a C shape. And then like that. Alright, let's grab... I'm going to use the new drill, I think. Oh, that actually does come right up to the top there. That's nice. Yeah, look at that. That was beautiful. Okay, we're nearly done with the front of the ship. Okay, that should help, and we've got a little bit of room down here for some sideways thrust. I love it when a plan comes together. Okay, I think I've got an idea for the reverse thrust. We're going to need something there, though. We could do... what's that going to be? It's not going to connect to anything else, is it? Oh, I can't even see. Oscar's barking. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'll be back in a minute. back, and I think we're back, baby. It's a little bit. What's that? Uno segundo, por favor. Filters. Nope, that's not the right one. It's not great, but he's a bit better. Can I cope with that? I think I can cope with that. Just realized you guys can't see any of this if I'm here. I can't go to the other side. I could maybe. What if we unlock that? Move you there. So it looks like I'm coming up behind the action bar. How does that look? Doesn't look terrible. It's gonna be the way when I stream Aurora though later on, isn't it? Could always move it again. Nah, you don't need to see this stuff down the side, I don't think. Too far, Tony. Go back. There it is. We're back. Hi, how you guys doing? Hope you're all having a splendiferous day. Right, where were we? We were trying. We were trying to make a mining ship, weren't we? Yes. Right, so we've got our drills. We've got our what have we got? We've got our forward thrust. No, sorry, our upward thrust. Our left and right kind of semi there. I've got a thought on the reverse thrust, but we need some stuff so that we can place that. So I'm thinking, in fact, can I just place it on the underside of the drill? I can't. I can in the middle, and then I could place that on the other side, but I'd rather have 2 points of connectivity. So let's do something interesting. If we do a light like that, actually no, let's not do a light, let's do a spotlight. If I do a no, let's just do a light. If I do a corner light like that, that's gonna have an anchor on both sides. And that there, and I should just be able to weld that up. Bruh. Let me weld. I'll have to lift it up a little bit, I guess, but that's fine. So we can weld that up later on. And now I should be able to place our reverse thruster. Yes, hanging off the precariously off the light. But we're gonna have two, so it's gonna have 2 anchor points. So that there and that there. That's 2 reverse thrust. It's not enough reverse thrust, but it's 2. And we could probably do the same up here. I'm going to need to build a little bit of a ramp, aren't I? That's fine. What about this gap down here? We could probably fit a few more side to side. Oh yeah, comfortably. 3 there, and then 3 on the other side. That's a decent amount of side to side thrust. Let's do it from this side so we don't fuck it up. Ooh, that is nice and close. I'm going to go grab that. Let's take the car. Why not? Let's take the tumbler for a tumble. P? I know I shouldn't be using P. Oh god, this is... Oh my word. This is sluggish. That turning radius, man. What was I thinking? Okay, we're going to rebuild the tumbler today as well. Good lord, that's horrific. I don't know about anybody else, but you know when you click the button on the unknown signals? I've stopped getting the little pop-up that says what you get. But if I tab over to Steam, I can see I have a notification. I just got a badger suit. So, what's up with that, Keen? Mushroom! Oh no, food paste. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? That's fine because we are currently dying of starve, so I'm going to eat that now. Beggars cannot be choosers. Nice little bit of food there. Why? Oh, I can see the iron node because that's where the... I was like, how can I see the iron node from 180 meters away? It's because that's where the base is, where the ship is that we've just put down, that has an ore detector and an antenna with a 500-meter radius. That's why I thought I'd installed the mod there to make things easier, and I have not. Because we don't want things to be too easy. I wonder if this is sluggish because it's heavy. It's not heavy, it's got nothing in it. Wow. What's the turning radius on the wheels? I mean, it's not awful. It's just not... Yeah, we need to rebuild that. I think it's getting caught on something. Also, not all of the wheels are turnable. But that's fine. Try not to crash into the new vehicle. Okay. P to park. It's a silly thing to do, but let's do it anyway. Right, so our food level is actually respectable right now. How's our algae situation? We have 4 algae in the algae farm. We have no kelp. Why do we not have kelp? Is that not connected? Should be. Extreme heat is the current weather. Survival. Oh, because this is full. That's why. Let's get rid of this. And that should now pull through the algae. There it is. Okay, we've got food pulling through now. Beautiful. Right. Where we need things. You. Bunch of you. Beautiful. How are we all doing today? Hope you're all having a splendid day. It's Friday, which is always a reason to celebrate in my book. Grab 8 of those on the build planner. That way we can queue up all of the resources that we need. I can't pull things through there, can I? I'm stuck. No! Don't make me stuck on the welder. No. Oh, shit. There we go. Grinder, rather not welder. I know the words. See, this happens to me a lot as well. So, like, I put everything on the build planner, and it's somehow forgotten things. It happens all the time. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left and 5 right. Room for 8 left and 8 right. We have 4 reverse. Room for 8 reverse. Plus maybe a couple of side-mounted ones. We need forward. I think forward we should probably do a full thruster. We don't need to be fast. No, we don't actually need to be fast, do we, at all? We can just use our up thrust to propel ourselves forward if we need to by tipping forward. And that saves us on a bunch of motors as well, actually. That's a good shout. That is a good shout. You know what we really need on this ship? And usually it's one of the first things I put down, and I haven't done this time. We need some kind of thing to power these thrusters, because at the minute we have no batteries. That would be a stupid idea. Help out with stupid. Right. How are we gonna do that in a... Oh god, right. We're gonna have to just stack them all together, I think, aren't we? And if we're gonna do that, we're gonna use the ugly ones. Actually, no, we might use these ones because these are nice. I kind of like doing them sideways, but I need this. I need this conveyor for a sorter. Although there's nothing saying the sorter has to be facing back. Okay, let's try doing the sorter system first. So we want a back sorter there, and then we want a conveyor junction. But if we put the conveyor junction like that, fuel critical. Shut up. Also, that's definitely not the Ava voice. So that mod's not working, obviously. So if we set this to output stone, but then what we do is we have the thing on the bottom like that. If I put a, just for now, one of those and one of those. And then I kind of want that one for the ejector. Now we just need to remember that this, everything behind this, we can't use the conveyor junctions for, because that's just going to be stone. So that can go now. That could be a space for another sideways thruster, actually. Potentially. But then we've got room in the middle for all of our battery needs. So let's do a bit of a tower. 2, 3. You could fit 3 there quite comfortably. And we're gonna need 3. That's the wrong way. Don't know why I know it's the wrong way, I just know that it's the wrong way. So we're gonna have one like that. We're going to have one of those, and then we're going to go back to this one, and then we're going to flip it around like that. Okay, so how much power do these put out? Because I can't remember. Battery. Max output 4 megawatts, and these are the same, I think. Yeah, they're identical. And our thrusters, so our large thrusters need 2.4, so we need 5 megawatts just to stay in the air, and we've got 12. So that's, yeah, we're good. We actually probably don't need 3. We could probably just do with 2 batteries. But we'll keep the 3 because then we can stay in the air for longer. And now we need our... We could actually use the fans because this is looking quite long. We could use the fans for forward thrust because, like I said, it doesn't need to be fast. Yeah, let's do that. Let's use the fans. Like so. Right, so we've got reverse, we've got left, we've got right, we've got forward. This is not a beautiful ship. We need more reverse though. Let me plot down some of these. This is going to be awkward as fuck, especially when you miss. Right, where was our reverse thrust? Was there? Okay, yeah, it's going to have to be set back a little bit. Now I could use reverse fans, but I don't like the small ones too much. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7! Ah! I understand if you want to leave. That makes sense. I would. Okay, so we've got 7 plus 4, so we've got 11 reverse thrusters. We've got the equivalent of 9 forward small thrusters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Potentially 6, 7. 7 side to side thrusters. I think that's all we need. We should put a fan on top, but also I don't want to because if it goes down too quickly. No, we've got enough up thrust now. We should put a fan on top because otherwise, if we end up upside down, we are screwed. I mean, the fan's not going to make a huge difference, but at least it will make a difference. And this is a horrendous looking ship, but we will make it look nice as soon as we get some time. I'll do one there and one there. Okay, I think we're looking good, guys. I think we're looking alright. Where's my Steph? Where's my step string? There he is. He's still alive. Another unknown signal. Great. Just in time. Right. Let's disconnect this bad boy. It's going to fall because it's not got any up thrust at the minute, but that's fine. We just need to be able to set this up. So the inset connector is our bottom connector. So if I connect that up, we have all the power. And now we need to group our thrusters together. So what's this ship? This is going to be... I need to move the microphone for this, sorry. Atmore minor. Copy that. And then we want thrusters. All. And then we want these, which are thrusters reverse. And then we can just turn these off in the terminal, turn these off and turn these on. So now, if I press 9, press that again, and then press space, we can actually fly. We, if I remember, need to do the light here. And if I made a horrific mistake, because now I can't get back in the ship. Oh, I can just about. There it is. So we can fly for 8 minutes. Oh, we can fly for 8 minutes and just going straight up. Okay. But obviously the battery's not charged yet, so... Pressing C doesn't seem to be a big problem. Because we've got those nice big up thrusts. What do we get? Mushroom seeds, nice, beautiful. Oh, the other thing I installed was grabby hands, and I think... Can't remember how you interact with stuff now. It's fine, we don't need this, but we have got grabby hands, so we can move things around by hand if we need to. Because I was thinking about making it so we can't build thrusters at all, but that kind of went by the wayside, didn't it? Where's the base? Base is over there. Right, so we're going to need to do some things on the hotbar when we get back to base. But after that, we should be okay. We should be able to pick up some food now from the base as well. And now that we've got our first mushroom, we're going to need ice before we can actually start a farming run. But we've got, we can at least, we can make a start on the farm. Probably a good idea to find a place for ice first though. Okay, so let's press G. We want our thrusters first and foremost. 4 should be everything. 3 should just be reverse. We need a group for our gyros. Scopes. We need a group for our batteries. I need to build a group for the ejectors. Okay. So on here, the tool blocks, we need the drill on number 1. Need the gyro on number 2, and we need batteries on number 5 for recharge. We'll put an event control as well, so when we dock up, all of our launch and dock procedures are automated. So we can set this to recharge now, can turn these off. But we won't set this to recharge because... Oh no, we can set it to recharge because the base currently has wind. So we're all good. We need some more blacks. Because I've parked in the wrong orientation. But that's fine. I've just blocked off my access, which is not fine. Right, so we've got this horrendous looking piece of junk now. We need to set up the sorters. So this is ejector left. Ejector left. Ejector right. Excuse me. So these can be ejector system. And then press G, groups, ejector system, on and off. So now I can do 7 to turn those on and off. Ejector sorters. So we want to whitelist stone. Drain all. Whitelist stone. Drain all. These will be set to collect and throw out. Not used for parking, no strength. Everything else is fine. These want to drain everything from the drills. We don't need to set a blacklist for this because it's just going to pull everything through, so it fills everything from the middle forward to the drills. Drills can go in their own group. Then we can hide these. We want to show them in the inventory actually. We don't need the lights showing here, but we do want to have the radius so we can see. And set connector. Don't need it on the toolbar anymore. We do want it in the inventory. We don't want to see it in the terminal. We don't want to see that in the terminal. Auction tank. We don't want to see that in the terminal either. That's just so we know we have stuff. Right, so that's all set up now. So now if I dock up, that can just be recharging. And that's it for the drill ship. We should actually go and grab that iron. What's the flight time at the minute? We could go and grab the iron. That shouldn't be on and off. That should be override on or off. And then I can tip that forward like that. Excuse me. So we can right click to excavate most of this. Look at that light. We can see things. It's amazing. And then when we get down there, we can turn the ejectors on and just get rid of all the stone. Okay, that'll do. Ejectors are on, so now we should just be able to go nuts. Stone should be coming out. I mean, it's going to get picked up by us anyway because we're in a hole, but that's fine. It'll just get re-ejected. Now we can keep an eye on here. This has already got some stuff in it. That's not great. But we've got plenty of room. Now then, the question is, now that we are full, can we get out of this hole? The answer is sadly no. Doesn't help that I can't see. Why is this tipping fault? Okay, so those aren't enough to hold it. Is that really not enough with 2 upward thrust? That doesn't seem correct. Why is it tipping down? Have we damaged our thrusters? No, they're still working. Our reverse thrust is working. It's going nuts, isn't it? But it's just not, just doesn't have the strength to lift us. That doesn't seem right. I've had ships like this before that had plenty of cargo that could carry this. Those, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 reverse thrusts versus 2 big up thrusts. Those they're on. They're just not working. Do we really not have enough? If I get out and take out... No, I have to get rid of this first. I take out some of the burden. I would have thought 2 of those upward thrusts would have easily done that. Right, we're just taking out 10k. Can I get back in, please? Still not playing. They must be damaged. I'm not having that. That should be working. The fact that I can go forward off 3 of the fans, but not the... It's because I can drive this like a car. And now we're on fire. Wow. That's broken. Incredible. What the fuck? Well, I guess we know why it's been 2 years since we played Space Engineers. Wow, I really did some damage there. How did I do so much damage? Okay, if I take this out. Excuse me. Right, so that's there. Refinery. Okay, so it can pass things through, so we've not broken anything in the middle. I'm still a little bit perplexed though. Why on earth were they not playing? Well, that one is broken now. It was not broken when we were using it. So that can barely fly right now. But one of them's turned off. Left and right are damaged. Okay, so with 2, that is working. One of them must have been damaged, and I just hadn't seen it. Left and right, I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, these 2. These 2 okay as well, or? Okay, they're all good. Okay, so... I'm going to solve that one. Because there's no way. I mean, if they get damaged, we can't get out the hole. Okay, we might have to revisit that. I'll just plop this down for now. What else is on fire? There's another small thruster on top, I think, isn't it? Right, let's plop that on. Turn all those off, that's fine. We'll set up an event control to turn those on and off as we need. What is on fire here? You? Is it just you? It's just you. Okay. I think I can get things out of here. Okay, right. That is our mining ship. We've got another unknown signal coming down there. We'll pick that up next time. I'm going to go and grab a quick bit of lunch, sort some washing out, and then when we come back, we're going to be back in Aurora. We're going to stop by Stev's stream, wish him a happy birthday. It's not his birthday, but we're going to wish him one anyway. And then we'll be back in Aurora this afternoon, and we will continue our exploration of the Sol Galaxy and exploration beyond Sol. So tune in for all that and more coming up. Bye.